It done got real hot down on Route 16. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Too Close to Home. This is actually season 1, episode 4. Down there on Route 16, it then got good and hot. Now we got Anna and Victor in the car, and they're on their way down. She basically, this episode got really good toward the end. She spent a lot of the episode explaining to Victor how she fell in, well, she fell in love with the president because she ain't in love with the president. She stated that she does not love him, that she was infatuated with the power. She was infatuated with the fact that he wanted her, and she was just a nobody from nowhere. So that was the attraction. But then getting into it, he was very possessive, and it was very much the kept woman thing, and it wasn't really all that enjoyable. But she explains how it all took place, how he won her over and all of that. For whatever reason, Victor's convinced that she's actually in danger. And he's like, you don't need to say anything to anybody. I don't believe, he doesn't believe that the heart attack was actually a heart attack. He believes that possibly somebody may have been trying to kill the president and now trying to pin it on her. She kind of said to him, First Lady really was unbothered. She wasn't really all that broke up, told her about how she came to her house and all of that. So Victor's like, you know what? Yeah, none of this doesn't sound right. You need to keep quiet and all of that. And are you sure you're going to be safe at Happy, Alabama? And she told him, oh, nobody's going to come looking for me in Happy, Alabama. Now, little does she know, baby, it's going down on Route 16, okay? It's just going down. Bitch ain't been there. Honey, it's really a mess down there on Route 16 these days. But anyway, she going to find out soon enough. By this time, people will start watching the news. Brody done caught it on the news. What that happened to the president and that everybody's looking for Anna. He done called. Remember when she called from the black guy that was a waiter? He's a bartender. She called from his phone. Brody called the phone back and got the guy on the phone and all that. And the guy's like, what? I don't know who this is, and this, that, and the other. He hung up. Shelby is somewhere up in a room getting high with this random dude and lying to him about how much money she got and how much drugs she got. And I'm like, he gonna rob her ass. She up there all whacked out. She's an old junkie bitch. And she's watching TV and she sees it. And she done grabbed his car and ran on up out of there. She done ran to the diner right away. She's trying to talk to Bonnie, trying to figure out, well, where is Anna? This, that, thing, and the other. Because she, crackheads are always on to whatever the next scam is. So she want to get to Anna because, I can get something from her. Always got some shit going. So she got that going on. By the time she gets back here, JB is running around looking for her. He done found out where she is, and he knows the guy and knows the little hotel or motel. He finds them. They have a knockdown drag out. He beats both of their ass for the most part. The guy's so goddamn doped up till he don't even know. He can't even get himself together. He done knocked him over. That was no big deal. But in the process, after he knocked him over, he's over there trying to get Shelby together, choking her out, scaring her, trying to tell her he wants his stuff. The guy ends up hitting him over the head with a lamp, and they run on out. Meanwhile, one other thing that happened in the car, Victor gets to explaining to Anna his little story's a little bit deeper than what he been leading on to. One, he ain't gay. He's bisexual. He was an escort, so he was really pretty much gay for pay. Dax keeps him. And we already got that feel that he's basically a kept man. He told her the story about when he was an escort and went to a truck stop and met this guy in the bathroom. They got down. When they got done, the guy was a weirdo. He didn't want to pay him, and then he beat the shit out of him and banged his head on the toilet, honey, and left him for dead. So once they go in there and get him out of the shit house, he went to the hospital. He met Dax at the hospital, and that's where they fell in with each other. And so he's basically been a cat man ever since. So he's not actually gay. He's pretty gay for pay. He's a little too queeny to be gay for pay, baby. He's them tight pants with them little slits in it and whatnot. Anyway, have it your way, Tyler, but okay. So he got all that going on. Okay. And the one thing that was interesting, the drug lord, he done made his way on down on the Route 16, checking things out, looking suspect. He ends up leaving the diner, coming back to the diner right as the diner closes, tells Bonnie, that he think he left his cell phone in there and everything. And she, her old country girl, don't know nothing. She go back in and she's trying to find the cell phone down in the booth where he was sitting. And he done put on some leather gloves, honey. And by the time she turned back around, he gave her Michael Myers teas, honey. And I'm gonna tell you the scene. Michael Myers, Halloween 2. Remember the nurse when he choked that bitch out and her motherfucking shoe came off? Mm. And I'm lying, he didn't choke her out. He stabbed her in her back with a knife and lifted her up off her feet, and her motherfucking shoes fell off, and Jamie Lee Curtis was on the floor and started running. That's what happened. But that's what it reminded me of. But he took her and choked her the fuck out. And her feet was up, and her toes was pointing down with her cheek, came more tennis shoes on. He choked the shit out of her. So that's where it actually ended. Honey. She was giving. I said, So it's going down on Route 16, honey. All right, that's basically it. So I'll catch up with y'all next week.